Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today I'll be talking about when the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home will release, as well as a new plot leak for the movie, one of What If's episodes, and Thanos' connection to the Eternals. Now let's get started. It's been confirmed by multiple sources that movie theaters have received the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. So the question now is, when will we get the trailer since it didn't come out yesterday? Well, unless Sony decides to release it in the next few weeks, it's being rumored that the most likely dates would be when Peter Rabbit 2 releases on June 18th, or when Black Widow releases on July 9th. Next, according to the Illuminati sources, one of the stories that will be told in What If is that of Party Thor, who had previously been teased in leaked merchandise images. Apparently, Party Thor is the person Thor would have become had he not found his humility on his hero's journey in 2011's Thor. Instead of being banished to Earth, Thor will reportedly come to Midgard to throw a massive intergalactic party that could potentially bring the end to the world as we know it. While it's unclear specifically why this happens, this information could be thought of as something along the lines of, what if Thor's first movie never happened? Moving on, Eternals update on Twitter noticed a new listing on Amazon that revealed the Eternals homeworld. The calendar which this is from says living on Saturn's moon Titan, the Eternals protect Earth from the Deviants and all other forms of cosmic evil. And at Marvel's Avengers Station exhibit in Las Vegas, which is based on and connected to the MCU, making any new information revealed their canon, recently showed new intel for Thanos coming from Thor, which says Thanos' origin is said to be on Saturn's largest moon, Titan, thus making him a Titanian in nature. It's rumored, however, that Thanos is the last of an ancient and highly sophisticated species known throughout the universe as the Eternals. And in the comics, Thanos is an Eternal with the Deviant syndrome, which gives his skin a purple color. So it makes sense for him to be connected to their story. However, this might even explain why the Eternals never interfered. In the movie, the Eternals will most likely have had their minds wiped by one of the members like in the comics, but what if it was actually Thanos who did it to keep them out of his way? And lastly, we have a plot leak for Spider-Man No Way Home, but like always, take this with a grain of salt as it's coming from 4chan. And while things on 4chan have been fully or partially right in the past, it's by no means confirmed. But here's your spoiler warning just in case it is right. Anyway, the leaker starts out by saying Peter is on the run after the identity reveal in Far From Home. Ned and MJ are with him since they're accomplices to his crimes. Doctor Strange, at Happy's request, finds them in a homeless shelter undercover where he brings them back to the Sanctum Sanctorum and tells them to lay low while he figures out a way to fix everything in the Sanctum. Peter comes across a sort of bigger on the inside prison where Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Sandman from the Raimiverse and the Lizard and Electro from the Tasmverse are being held. Dafoe manages to trick Peter into thinking that their universe as Spider-Man were corrupted and killed them, and Peter needs to free them so they can save their planet. Peter frees them and they escape into the city. Strange shows up and tears Peter a new one, explaining that he had been holding them in this prison due to instability in the multiverse connected to each dimension's Oscorp experimenting with interdimensional travel, and says that Peter has a responsibility to stop them. Dafoe leads the villains to the MCU Oscorp building to steal prototype interdimensional technology. Peter tries to stop them, but he gets his butt kicked and thrown aside. Strange and Peter travel into the Raimiverse and Tasmverse, and we see how the Peters are living after the conclusion of their series. Toby is married to MJ and they have a daughter, and Andrew is a college professor. Through their connections to their home universes, the villains sense that the Spider-Men are likely on their way. They use the Oscorp device to open a one-way portal into the Tasmverse, with the Tasm Rhino barging through. The Sinister Six are the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, the Lizard, Electro, and the Rhino. Willem Dafoe's Osborn realizes the way to open two-way portals and thus get back into their own universes is to power the Osborn device with a Stark power core. So Dafoe gets one while the other Sinister Six distract the Spider-Man. The Sinister Six minus Osborn and Spider-Man fight at the Statue of Liberty, which Dafoe's Osborn plans on using to open portals back to their world and to trap the Spider-Man here. Toby is beaten way harder than the younger Spideys and ends up dying after the battle. Green Goblin finally shows up with the device and Ned. The device is activated, but they manage to stop him and protect Ned in a 2v1 fight with him, but he manages to miss them with the pumpkin bomb and kill Ned. Tom Spider-Man nearly kills Goblin, but Andrew stops him from becoming a villain just like them. The Sinister Six get locked up back in Strange's prison. Tom and Andrew attend Toby's funeral in the Raimiverse and seemingly part ways. Tom turns himself in and is successfully defended from murder charges by Matt Murdock, but his secret identity isn't resolved. Tom shows up to Ned's grave and talks about how he feels responsible for his death. Then Andrew shows back up and gives him the responsibility talk. Tom realizes Ned, like Uncle Ben, Tony, and Toby's Peter, would want him to still be a hero. The final swing is both Tom and Andrew in the streets of MCU New York. But let me know what you guys think about all this. What do you think of the What If Thor episode? Do you think Thanos will appear or have any major connection to the Eternals, like erasing their memories? And what did you think of this plot leak? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.